If you're past 60 and noticing your energy dropping fast, your performance in the bedroom isn't what it once was, and you've begun to question whether your prime is already behind you, I need you to pay close attention. What I'm about to reveal may genuinely surprise you, but it could also transform everything. 3 simple nuts, yes, everyday nuts, may hold the secret to restoring your vitality, reigniting your drive, and improving the kind of blood flow and sexual performance you haven't experienced in years. No medications, no powders, just real natural foods that directly support the very systems aging attempts to slow down. I'm Barbara O'Neill. For more than 30 years, I've worked with men determined to rebuild their strength, confidence, and sense of masculinity. And let me tell you clearly, getting older does not mean giving up. It means becoming wiser about how you nourish your body. What most men don't realize is that these 3 nuts can enhance circulation, improve erection firmness, and support healthy hormone levels by working with your biology rather than fighting against it. In this video, I'm going to explain why most men overlook this simple solution, how these nuts function inside your body, why their effects are amplified when combined, the number 1 mistake older men make that quietly ruins their progress, and the straightforward daily routine that can help you feel like yourself again, quickly. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and press that button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss future videos created specifically to help men over 60 feel stronger, more energized, and more confident each day. And if this video brings you value, type the number 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback truly helps me create content that supports your health and vitality. Now, let's begin. We'll start with the first powerful nut that no man over 60 should overlook. This one plays a crucial role in restoring circulation, increasing blood flow, and laying the groundwork for stronger, longer-lasting performance. Let's talk about the nut often called the circulation king. Nut number 1, walnuts, the circulation king. I remember a patient named Tom, 68 years old, who walked into my office looking discouraged. He said, "Doc, it's like my body just doesn't respond anymore. I want to be with my wife, but it's not working like it used to." I hear that far more often than most people realize. And in Tom's situation, like many others, the problem wasn't desire, it was circulation. That's why the first nut we need to discuss is the humble walnut. It may not look impressive, but it's one of the most powerful foods you can eat to support healthy blood flow. And when circulation weakens, everything else suffers. Erections, stamina, mental clarity. It all begins and ends with how well your blood moves through your body. Walnuts are rich in L-arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is essential because it relaxes blood vessels and allows blood to flow more freely. When you're younger, your body produces abundant amounts, but after 60, those levels decline rapidly. Walnuts help restore that natural function, keeping vessels flexible, open, and responsive. They're also packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support heart health, 2 factors that deeply influence a man's performance. I've had men tell me that after adding a small handful of walnuts in the evening, their energy improved within weeks. They woke up with stronger morning erections, felt mentally sharper, and experienced better stamina throughout the day. It's not magic, it's simply biology working properly once it's given the support it needs. And the beauty of walnuts? They're simple to include, no prescriptions, no synthetic formulas. Just a natural food your body recognizes and knows exactly how to use. If you've been feeling sluggish, noticing weaker erections, or sensing your overall drive declining, this one adjustment alone could begin shifting things in your favor. But walnuts are only part of the picture, because the next nut doesn't just improve circulation, it directly strengthens erection quality and staying power, and it's been backed by clinical research. You'll want to hear this. If you're still here and this message resonates with you, type the number 1 in the comments so I know this is reaching the right men. Now let's move forward. Nut number 2, pistachios, the erection booster. A few years back, I worked with a patient named Richard. He was 72, generally healthy, but quietly frustrated. "Mentally I'm there," he told me, "but physically, my body isn't cooperating." He had tried medication, but the side effects, flushing, lightheadedness, discomfort, left him feeling uneasy and embarrassed. What he wanted was something natural, something that supported his body instead of forcing it. That's when I suggested pistachios. Most people think of pistachios as nothing more than a snack. What they don't realize is that pistachios are among the few foods shown in clinical research to improve erectile function naturally. In a well-known study conducted in Turkey, men who added pistachios to their daily diet for 3 weeks experienced measurable improvements in erection firmness, duration, and overall sexual satisfaction. No drugs, no gimmicks, just real food delivering real results. Like walnuts, pistachios contain arginine, which increases nitric oxide production and improves blood flow where it matters most. But pistachios offer more. They contain antioxidants, healthy fats, and plant sterols that protect vascular health, reduce inflammation, and lower harmful cholesterol levels. All of that contributes to stronger performance with greater confidence. When Richard added a small handful of pistachios after lunch each day, he began noticing changes within 2 weeks. His morning erections improved. His spontaneous desire returned. Most importantly, he felt like his body was responding again. He told me, "It's like something flipped back on." If you've been feeling disconnected from your physical self or struggling with performance anxiety, pistachios may be the overlooked solution. They're affordable, easy to find, and surprisingly powerful. But there's one more nut we need to talk about, and this one goes beyond circulation and erection strength. It supports your hormones from the inside out. It's a game changer for testosterone, energy, and prostate health. Nut number 3. Brazil nuts, the hormone restorer. Let me tell you about Gary. He was 66, mentally sharp, active, and deeply devoted to his wife, yet something felt off. "I just don't feel like myself," he admitted. "My energy's down, my interest in sex isn't what it was. It feels like my body's slowing down." He was doing many things right, walking daily, eating clean, but something deeper was missing. I asked him about selenium. He looked puzzled. Like most men, he'd never given it a thought. That's where Brazil nuts come in. Brazil nuts are exceptionally rich in selenium, one of the most important yet overlooked minerals for men's health. Just 1 or 2 per day can significantly support testosterone production, improve sperm health, and protect the prostate. Your body cannot manufacture selenium. It must come from your diet, and as you age, its importance increases. When Gary began eating 1 Brazil nut each morning, the changes were gradual but noticeable. First came improved mood, clearer thinking, more motivation. By the end of the month, his libido returned naturally. He wasn't forcing it. His body simply felt balanced again. The key with Brazil nuts is moderation. You don't need a handful. In fact, too many can be excessive. But 1 daily nut acts like hormonal insurance, helping maintain testosterone, stabilize energy, and support performance. If your spark feels dimmer, if fatigue seems constant, or if your desire has quietly faded, this one addition could provide the reset your body needs. Now, what happens when you combine walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts into 1 daily habit? The answer may surprise you, because it's not only about nutrients, it's about synergy. Over decades of working with men, I've learned this. The body doesn't respond well to isolated fixes. It thrives when systems support one another, and that's exactly what happens when these 3 nuts are used together. Each nut offers powerful benefits alone, but combined, they amplify one another in ways your body genuinely feels. I once worked with a man named Dan, 71. He had tried each nut individually at different times but never consistently. He'd eat pistachios for a while, then stop. Later he'd try walnuts. It was inconsistent. "I've tried all this," he said, "but I don't feel different." So I suggested something simple. Commit to all 3 together every single day for 21 days. After 3 weeks, Dan returned energized. "I don't know what's happening," he said, "but I wake up with more energy. I feel lighter, and my wife says I seem more present." Present. That word stayed with me, because that's what synergy creates. Not just physical change, but renewed engagement with life. Walnuts open the pathways for strong circulation. Pistachios build on that foundation, enhancing erection quality and endurance. Brazil nuts quietly restore hormonal balance from within. Together, they address the 3 major challenges men face after 60: circulation, performance, and hormones. And here's the best part. It's simple. 5 minutes a day. But even the best strategy can be undermined by one common mistake. The biggest mistake I see is quiet resignation. Not dramatic surrender, but subtle acceptance. A slight drop in energy. A few awkward bedroom moments. And instead of seeking solutions, many men shrug and say, "That's just aging." That belief is the true enemy. It's not what aging does to you. It's what you stop doing in response. Waiting, ignoring, assuming nothing will change. That's what drains vitality. I once spoke with Bill, 69, retired and witty, yet discouraged. I figured this was my new normal, he said. But it wasn't. He didn't need a miracle, he needed a shift in mindset, a decision to stop writing himself off. He began small, adding the nuts, walking again, believing progress was possible. Within weeks, he felt sharper, stronger, more alive. Aging isn't surrender, not if you stay proactive. Which brings us to your simple daily vitality routine. Start your morning with one Brazil nut. Just one. Keep them somewhere visible, maybe near your toothbrush. Make it automatic. Midday, enjoy a handful of unsalted pistachios, especially if afternoon energy dips. They stabilize blood sugar and support circulation. In the evening, about an hour before bed, eat a small handful of walnuts. They support overnight circulation repair and reduce inflammation while your body rests. That's it. 3 simple steps. And I've seen these small actions transform men who believe their best years were behind them. They regained energy, confidence, intimacy, not by chasing extremes, but by honoring their bodies consistently. But beyond nutrition, there's something deeper. The real transformation begins in the mind. If you've made it this far, I want to speak to you personally. I've listened to countless men who felt their strength fading and wondered where they went. Men who worked hard, loved deeply, provided for others, and suddenly asked, "What about me?" That question isn't weakness. It's a sign you still care. You've now learned about walnuts for circulation, pistachios for performance, and Brazil nuts for hormones and prostate protection. Separately, they matter. Together, they create harmony, supporting your heart, hormones, arteries, and manhood. This isn't hype. It's physiology. The key is consistency. One Brazil nut in the morning, pistachios midday, walnuts before bed. They're not just snacks. They're declarations. A reminder that you're not finished, that you still deserve to feel strong and capable in your body. Because transformation isn't just physical. It's how you carry yourself. More upright, more engaged, more connected. I've seen the spark return. I've seen confidence rebuild. Not because of magic, but because a man decided his life wasn't over at 60. If today's message awakened something in you, begin now. Take small, steady steps. Nourish your body. Reclaim your strength. Your best years are not behind you. They're still unfolding. You still have time. You still have strength. You are still worth fighting for. Let's keep that man strong. If this video helped you, if it gave you clarity or renewed hope, please like it. That helps more men over 60 discover this guidance. Share it with a friend, a brother, a father. You never know whose life you might positively influence. Leave a comment below. Tell me what resonated. Tell me what you're starting. Or simply write, "I'm starting today." Your engagement fuels this mission, and if you'd like to support this channel so we can continue creating high-quality content dedicated to older men's health, your support truly makes a difference. Thank you for being here. Let's stay strong together.